Hey, me Matt here, and Ring of Honor. Supercard of Honor this year has been in the books April 1st, and yeah, I mean, a little late talking about it, but there it is. This was a really good show, and honestly didn't think that Ring of Honor was going to open its doors just yet. I know Tony Khan has purchased the company, so I mean, this was actually a really good show, and I haven't seen an Ian McAvani in a long time. At least I haven't. And Todd Sinclair as the referee. So this was a good show. I mean, I didn't see the pre-show, which it looks pretty stacked. Yeah, because you had Colt Cabana who defeated Blake Christian. You got AQA defeating Miranda Alays. Gates of Agony, which was Toy Loyana and Jasper Cohen. Tully Blanchard, which we'll see him in later in the night, who defeated Shinobi Shadow Squad, which was Cheeseburger and Eli Islam. So I'm pretty sure those were good matches. Of course, Dalton Castle defeating Joe Hendry, so I'm sure those were good matches, but I mean, the night started off with Swerve Strickland and Alex Zane. This was a really good match too, and I was very impressed with Swerve. I mean, he was a guy that came from NXT to Ring of Honor, actually AEW, and I didn't know how this match was going to go. I've seen Alex Zane probably twice, maybe, but this was a good match, obviously. You know, Alex is also a very good wrestler, but Swerve got the win on this one. But very impressive opener, I should say. You have Ninja Mac coming out, and this was interesting because you had Tully Blanchard, like I said, and he came out. We haven't seen him in a while since FTR fired him. But he introduces, I guess, his new client, Brian Cage. Yeah, we haven't seen him in a long time either, so it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Obviously, Brian did wrestle in Ring of Honor for a while. Currently in AEW. I have no idea where he was going to end up. I guess it was in Lucha Underground too, but anyways, this was a good match. You got Lee Moriarty and Jay Lethal. Of course, Moriarty had Matt Sydal in his corner. This was a good match too, and I mean, the whole thing with that Hail to the King. You know, like, you got a lot of false finishes as well. And yeah, you thought that this was going to be an honorable match because Jay Lethal, being one of the Ring of Honor guys now in All Elite Wrestling, of course, Jay Lethal, with the ref distracted, hit Lee Moriarty with a low blow. So naturally, I was hoping that Moriarty would wear a fucking cup! So that never gets old. Anyways, Jay Lethal got the win, and yeah, pretty cool. You have your first championship match, Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Martinez. This was a really good match too, and I really enjoy Willow's work. And like I said, when she beat Roxy at Final Battle, thought it was very awesome. This match was cool as well, and I mean, we all know Mercedes as well in WWE, Impact Wrestling, but this match was awesome. And yeah, it was a close call, but Mercedes Martinez is now the new interim Ring of Honor Women's Champion. I'm not sure what that means, but anyways, that's pretty fucking cool. And the night's only getting started with those matches, because you have the World Tag Team Championship match, a dream match if you want, FTR versus the Briscoe Brothers, and this match did not disappoint. Obviously, they beat the shit right out of each other, and you had Jay Briscoe being beaten up. You had a Froggy Bowl that was basically countered, and yeah, this was pretty cool. And yeah, Dark Sarah got the win. for the team, and they are now new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. So they have the ROH titles and the AAA Tag Team titles. You know, nothing to take away from the Briscoes. They still have the GCW title, so that's pretty cool. I mean, we'll see where this goes. I don't know if the Briscoes have made it to AEW yet. Not obviously not, because I haven't seen them, but we'll see. I actually am in the midst of watching this week and last week's episodes of Dynamite, so here's a match we didn't talk about. Red Titus versus Minoru Suzuki. This was awesome. We all know the mystique and the power of Minoru. Of course, Red Titus was the best in, you know, getting the World Television title at Final Battle for the first time in his career. This was a good match too. A close call. But Minoru ended up getting the win and becoming the new World Television Champion. So that's 3 now that have changed hands, which I'm actually pretty impressed. So, but that's not over yet. You have Ring of Honor Pure Championship, Wheeler Yuta versus Josh Woods. Of course, Josh being the champion, going in, and this was pretty cool too. Pure rules, if you will. Of course, Wheeler ended up using all the rope breaks that he had, but ended up getting the win anyways, becoming the new Pure Champion. So, like I said in my prediction video, yes, he actually has had a match or two at the Pure Championship tournament when that happened. So, very cool that those two put on a very good match. So, it's got the main event, winner takes all. Got the undisputed Ring of Honor World Champion. So it's like the old title and the new title. So Jonathan Gresham, who defeated Bandito with Chavo Guerrero. Now there's another guy we haven't seen in a long time. Obviously, he managed Andrade for a while, but then, yeah, he just dropped off the face of the earth. This was a really good match too. I mean, Bandito really pulled out all the stops. Chavo tried to help, which Bandito told him to leave. So this was a fair fight, basically. And Jonathan Gresham had won the match. So he's the new undisputed Ring of Honor World Champion. So that's awesome. Got Jay Lethal coming out. And Sanjay Dutt, which obviously they're both friends. Now during Lethal's match, you know, he does the low blow, gets the win, and of course Sanjay's disappointed. So this match was like, you have, yeah, basically Jonathan and Jay are celebrating, and then Jay turns. So now Jay Lethal is a heel. Maybe we'll see another match with those two, but I'm not quite sure. This was a good show, and again, it was a fast weekend of professional wrestling, or whatever you want to call it, sports entertainment. But yeah, it was a very busy week in Dallas, Texas. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.
So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. But, you know, I think that there's this myth out there that Jamie Keller that's why he took pleasure in cutting WCW. I don't think that's the case at all. Because if you look at some of his earlier interviews, like